I remember when I was young, I discovered Eminem, and I memorized like every word to every single song from like his first three records by the time I was like 12 or something.
Hey, it's your girl, Emily Curl with iHeartRadio, and today we're hanging out with singer and songwriter Alec Benjamin. Alec, thank you so much for being here. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, Emily. I appreciate it. How are you doing?
I'm good. I've been jamming to your new song right before this, so we have to talk about The Way You Felt.
Do you like it? Is it
I
cool?
love it's so cool. I love it. I was feeling emotional listening to it.
What emotions did it evoke
You
from
know,
or for you?
it made me think of a few people in my life.
Okay, cool. Just remembering the good times.
Yeah, and maybe some of the bad, it's like a little bit of both. I want to hear where your mind was at when, making this song.
I'm not happy that it brought back some painful memories for you, but that was the desired effect of the song. I think that when I wrote the song, I was in a place where I was reminiscing on like some past loves and some happy memories and some sad memories. And it was a time when I was feeling pretty isolated because it was the beginning of the lockdown. I was kind of just like, missing that, having that connection with a significant other. For a while I had felt that way, and then I think those feelings were amplified by the quarantine. So I think that's why the song came out at that time.
What is at the top of your list when it comes to learning about you, during this time?
So much of who I am is defined by the music that I make and my career, and I feel like kind of everything that I am, my self-worth and all of that stuff, for better or for worse, is tied up in the success of my music. And my career dissolved, be it temporarily. It was still for a pretty significant amount of time, and I had to kind of rediscover my other hobbies and reconnect with old friends and kind of figure out who I am without this music thing. I learned that I still am a human without my music career. I still am a person with things to say, and that who I am and the things I have to say come before the music. The music doesn't come first, so that's good. Oh, I learned that I'm more resilient than I thought I was. I was really depressed at first. I had a lot of ups and downs, more downs than ups, and I realized that I'm strong enough to make it through. Granted, I had it easier than most. I'm fortunate enough to have a roof over my head and food on the table and stuff, so I can't really complain, but I went through some tough times, and yeah, I don't know, I'm kind of just rambling now, so
Oh, I like it.
As you said, you learned other hobbies and things you like outside of music. Tell me some of those.
I like to ride my bike. I like to play video games. I hadn't played video games in a long time. I like to read a lot. I like to learn, and I listen to podcasts and watch documentaries and listen to the radio. And I didn't even listen to really that much music, to be honest, which was kind of refreshing for me, because a lot of the things that inspire the music that I write are not directly inspired by other musical compositions. They're inspired by things that happen in my life that compel me to write poetry, which ultimately turns into a song. I like to be an observer. I'm a kind of person that just likes to people watch. Like, I'll sit at the mall or whatever and just like watch people exist.
When you get the idea to write a song, where does that come from and what does that process look like?
Sometimes it comes from a conscious place where I'm like having a conversation with somebody. Like, for example, the other day I had one of my mom's close friends, my friend too, but my mom's friend first. So like my mom's best friend, close family friend. Unfortunately, she passed away, and my mom was talking about her husband, and she said, oh, just can't imagine the house without her. And I was like, oh, that's a cool title. Like The House Without Her is an interesting title, just to use as an inspiration for a song. Sometimes it's conscious, and then sometimes you sit down at the piano because you have to write a song, and sometimes a title or a lyric or a melody will pop out, and it comes from like a sort of like more from your subconscious, and then later you look back on a song and you go, oh, that's what that means. I think I just get inspiration from life. I think I'm a human that has opinions, and then I like to write poetry about those things because I think that it's cool and fun. I don't know why I like poetry, I just do. People don't really consume poetry in the same way that they consume music commercially. So I write songs because that's how I eat.
It's interesting to me too, you saying you're an observant person, which I could have gathered obviously like from your songs and taking in, all this inspiration. Have you always been that way? Like as a kid, do you remember like always being a super observant kid?
I remember when I was young, I discovered Eminem, and my parents were probably not super aware of how vulgar a lot of the lyrics were, but they allowed me to listen to the music. And I do remember listening to the songs on repeat over and over again, trying to pick up every detail, and I memorized like every word to every single song from like his first 3 records by the time I was like 12 or something.
Oh my, you had to feel so cool.
You know what? I don't know if I felt cool. I don't know if it's something that a lot of people know about me, but it's just like I just was in awe of like how somebody could put words together that meant something substantial, that rhymed, and that fit together with the meter of whatever poem he was trying to write, and then like also melodically fit together, and then was like pleasing to listen to and catchy, and also was like how could somebody with all of these different factors accomplish this feat of a song?
Do you credit Eminem as one of like your earliest influences? Is that kind of why you started to like gravitate more towards music?
I mean, maybe towards poetry, yeah. I think that like my first experience with like consciously being like, I love poetry is listening to Stan, loving the story that he told, not loving the story that he told because it's a very gripping and sad story, but loving the way that he told the story and the perspective from which he wrote, like, you know, starting the song out being this character and then ending up back as himself, and then the twist ending was like, to me, wow, like how could you, that's so crazy. But then also remember growing up and my mom took me to a Billy Joel concert when I was like 3 and I slept through it, but like that was my first concert. And then my first CD that my mom gave me was Surfin' USA, the Beach Boys. I feel like that like had an effect on me too in some way, you know. I remember the Backstreet Boys too. Yo, you know what's crazy? I remember like having a little journal, and then I like wrote a little poem in my journal and showed my dad, and I was like 4.
What was the poem?
I remember one of the lyrics was like "Giddy Up" or something like that. I don't know, it's very embarrassing, but like I don't know, I guess that's my first song.
What does your family think about your career now and all your success?
Yeah, my parents come to as many shows as they can. My grandma, until she passed away, was like walking up flights of stairs to see me play until she was like 93. They try to follow me around the world as much as they can. They visited me in Japan when I performed there. They're very supportive through the ups and through the downs, but I think they're always sort of just, they're pushing me and they believe in me, and that's been really great.
Well, let's talk about your new music because you have an album coming out this year. Can you give us a little teaser of what's going to be on the album?
I mean, it's sort of just a continuation. I mean, like, I never think about, like, bodies of work or songs of, like, I feel like the album cycle exists very much because of the way the music is marketed. This is the first body of work that I've made where I was in one place geographically the entire time. They were all written chronologically, very close together, whereas before, like, I was signed to Columbia Records and dropped, and I had leftover songs that made it onto my first mixtape combined with songs that I had written before the mixtape came out, like Let Me Down Slowly, but then Water Fountain was a song I wrote when I was 19, and Let Me Down Slowly I wrote when I was 22, 23, and all of these songs were written in my 26th year.
Well, we want to learn a little bit more about you. So, Alec, I thought we could play a game called This or That.
Okay.
You tell me which one you like better. Okay, are you ready to play?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Night out or staying in?
Staying in, but after COVID, going out.
New York or LA?
New York. Both my parents are from the Bronx, so.
Game of Thrones or The Office?
I've never seen either of them.
Okay, you know what I think you'd like to watch? Have you seen The Octopus Teacher?
Of course, yeah, it's my favorite. I love that. My favorite animal is octopus. I'm very big into those types of animals. I think other animals give us like a very deep insight into our own.
Work hard or play hard?
Work hard. And if you're lucky enough, your work and play are interchangeable. Yeah, I feel like my music is both work and play.
Text or call?
I'll have a call, yeah. I'm an auditory person. I think that a lot of things can get misconstrued over text message.
Ability to fly or read minds?
Read minds?
You probably get some good song inspiration.
Maybe I would just never want to leave my house again. Maybe it's good to not know what other people think all the time.
Okay, last one for you, Alec. An intimate show or a huge venue?
Either, both. You can have an intimate show in a huge venue.
Alec, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for playing our game.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, and thank you all for watching. Make sure you stream The Way You Felt by Alec Benjamin out now on iHeartRadio, and we'll see you next time.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Did you like that video? You can check out more over here. And don't forget to subscribe to iHeart right here. And if you're already a longtime fan, make sure you ring the bell down below so you don't miss a single video. Bye guys.